Welcome back to another episode of Roll for Initiative presents the Twilight Brigade. The Twilight Brigade. Three adventurers who have been given a quest to stop an army of werewolves from transforming the people of the land of Fadir. During our last session, the party were in the capital city of Bifeld, and after joining Ser Ridire and helping out a blind tavern owner from a group of thugs, Talamh gifted the young woman they were helping out with magical sight, very similar to their own. Then the audience had the party had an audience with the king and queen, and it was decided that they would travel to the Fey Wild in hopes of gaining access to march the capital army through the Fey Wild to the stronghold of the Army of the Night. The Twilight Brigade was also gifted the ruins of a keep to transform it into their new home/base of operations. And that night, Oliver was greeted by his fourth deity, Myliki, in the guise of a giant unicorn. In the morning, our group of adventurers gathered their supplies and stepped forward into the portal of the Fey Tree and found themselves in a familiar plain. And that's where we're picking it up. So, you step forward, and you can see that the sky is this weird optical illusion of both rapidly moving clouds and almost silent, windless, sky. The colors are a flowing movement of purples and blues with streaks of yellow, red, and pink in it. Kind of like a, Aurora Borealis of color. There's a slight breeze, and the orange and yellowish grass stretch out for miles across these rolling hills that you see in front of you. And the day is yours. It's early in the morning. You have crawled time because of the rings that you have. Time is at a basic standstill out in the material plane. I believe it is one, what did you do? 1 minute per day in the Fey Wild.
Literally spend a month here, and it would have no ill effect on anything in the main material plane.
Are we sure we set those rings right? I could pretty much feel like a week in here is about a month out there.
Well, you could step back through and check.
Better with my ring. I think we'll be fine.
You peek your head through and you see a bird starting to flap, and you go back in, and then you pop back out, and the bird's in the exact same spot as when you had peeked your head back and forth.
Alright, I guess the main person we need to talk to is the Queen of Witches, because it's her land that we need the troops to travel through. And that's kind of on the way, because then we go north from there to get where we need to go, the Fey Tree, yes?
I think we are kind of in the Lord of the Hunts area too, like this tree.
Yes, if we can find him and talk to him as well, that'd be good as well, but he doesn't have like a singular place.
No, he roams around quite a bit.
So, we'll hope that we come across him, or else our presence will get his attention, perhaps. But in the meantime, I think we head northeast.
Northeast. Alright, so
I wanna cast Find Greater Steed and get my Pegasus.
Absolutely.
Barnabas. So let me just mark that I use that spell slot.
Alright, Barnabas comes out of a portal and is there next to you. And as you look to the northeast, you see the familiar, well, two of you see the familiar sight. One of you can't see that far. The giant crystal on top of the mountain range, covered in a thick cloud cover with even though it seems like it's always dawn or dusk, you can see the moonlight shining on the crystal at the top of this mountain range. And that is your destination if you wish to talk to the Queen of Witches.
I mean, unless someone else has any other suggestions, but I think that's our best bet.
Onwards.
You all fly off, heading directly towards the crystal, seeing as how you know where the entrance is to the mountain range. And on the first day, you one of you roll me a d20.
I got it. Oh.
About 6 or 7 hours go by. About 6 hours go by. You still have a few spell slots available to you.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to be nice. We're going to say 4 hours go by, so you still calculate the spell slots you need for that. I'm not going to drain you of your spell slots. And I need the three of you to do a perception check.
Are we in the air?
Yes.
Okay.
I get advantage. 12.
16 for me.
Wow.
What'll a 23 get me?
Okay. And
You smell something.
what form are you in again, Talamh?
I'm just hanging out. I'm not polymorphed or anything.
No, I know. So, remind me how you're flying compared to the rest of them, because I know that Ridire is on...
Riding on the horse. She's
I'm riding
horse
on the
with you.
Pegasus
Okay.
with Ser Ridire.
Yep. Pegasus has the weight capacity for 2 riders.
Yep. So, Talamh, mostly because of your experiences in the Fey Wild with your Chawinga memories and instincts, you're the first to get this sense of sulfur that is coming towards you. It's hard to pinpoint exactly where it is.
Oh, I should have had advantage on that. Not that it makes a difference. 19 actually.
Okay, 19.
Just because of the stat blocks we're using.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're the bird form.
So, Talamh is the first to notice it, and do you alert the rest of the party that there is a sense of sulfur, or a scent of sulfur on the wind coming towards you?
Which one of you guys farted?
It was probably the giant bird.
Well, I smell some sulfur in the air. You catching a whiff of that?
Looking around now with that in mind, do I see anything?
Do I sense it once she points it out? Or at least smell it?
Faintly.
Okay.
It's with the wind and everything rushing by, it's hard for you to get your senses on anything. But Oliver, you do see a shadow in the air coming towards you now through the clouds. And it is big and seems to be getting bigger.
I can't speak, so I'm just gonna and like over that and like look in that direction, and then I might.
Is Timmy caught in the well?
What is it,
I
boy?
might dive down a little bit to get lower.
If I see him diving down, I'll follow.
Okay.
Because I'll assume that he needs to like land for the spell to end and then cast it again.
Mm.
So I'll just so I'm following him because we have to do that anyways. So.
I mean, I imagine a few times Oliver is able to just, the spell ends, does a little bit of a free fall and then just casts the
Casts
spell
it
again
again.
and keeps
Yeah.
going. But
I think a good chunk of the time we do land, stretch our legs for a couple of minutes, let Talamh, be in contact with the ground for a couple of minutes.
Oh, sweet, sweet earth.
Like,
Oh.
so,
all
short
right.
break. So, anyways, so I would naturally probably follow him
Oh
if
yeah.
he starts going down. So,
Okay. As you descend, roll me another perception check. This time everybody will get advantage.
When I did that wrong last time, I have to use my creature's stuff because it's polymorph, not shapeshift.
9.
A 30.
Oh my god.
Hold
I've rolled
I
two
gotta roll
nat
another
ones.
one.
Luckily, my advantage has made them not be the thing.
10.
All right. So, with a 10 and a 9, the clouds get darker on the bottom, and as you get further away, Oliver, you feel like maybe you've lost this thing as you've glided along the plains, and you do find yourself probably about 30 feet in the air, coasting above the grassland. It is a beautiful view. It is also wide open. There are very few trees. At most, there are a few shrubs around. Lots of wildflowers. All are probably about 4 or 5 feet tall, so it's tall grass, but not concealing you if you were to go into the grassland. Talamh, all of your senses are heightened naturally, and your memory of this scent puts you on high alert. And you can now pinpoint that there is a fast-moving creature. You can hear the wind whipping by it as it courses through the air down towards your party. And you can smell the sulfur getting stronger and stronger to the point where it makes you almost sick to smell it.
Ugh.
And every alarm goes off in your head that this is a dragon.
Okay, boys. Get ready.
I'm gonna land. We're gonna land.
Okay, before we have to roll for initiative, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Do we have time to land and for me to do something before it gets to us?
You don't know. You can certainly try.
Well,
I mean,
as we're
looking
going in,
behind you, you don't see it yet.
yeah. I think I want to do this.
And your fly speed is like 60 feet, right?
80.
80 feet. Okay, yeah.
I know it's 80 because his is 80. Pegasus is technically 90, but we keep it down to so we keep pace with each other, so it's
Yeah.
80.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah, we're fast.
you're pretty fast. So moving at a good speed, you're not sure that where this thing is. Talamh, I'm assuming, calls out that it is a dragon. And that's what you know. So yeah, you can... We're not in initiative yet. I'll say that.
If it is a dragon, then this is not going to help, so... Never mind. I will wait then.
Yeah, I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for anywhere that might be like good cover or something.
Yeah, we'll keep moving, but as close to the ground, so that so we can land like that, and then be looking for any amount of cover.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
even a single tree that we can dance around, anything.
You said there were very few trees, not that there weren't any.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few. Think of like the savanna on the African prairie,
Okay.
where there's a single tree, like big tree. Sometimes that's what you're looking at. It's just instead of it being this kind of beautiful golden field that stretches out in front of you, it's pinks and oranges, and fall has come to the African safari.
Right.
Or a Lisa Frank painting has come to the African safari would be a better example.
Yeah, that sounds more like the Fey Wild to me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, boys. What kind of dragon are we dealing with?
I don't know. I can't see it yet.
Well, neither can I, but I know there's a dragon.
Yeah, but there's nothing. We're just looking for some place where we can defend ourselves.
Right.
So, yeah,
Oliver,
we'll just-
can you only cast polymorph on yourself? One call for yes, two calls for no. Right. So you can cast it on other things.
You are all traveling, and suddenly in the clouds part, and
Jesus.
Ridire looking above you at a little more than a 45-degree angle, coming at an angle, you see a large red dragon. Wings out. Smoke coming from its snout as it is descending towards... It's not making a lot of speed. It's not gaining on you quickly, but it has clocked you. In front of you all, you're probably about an hour away from the tree line that starts the mountain range, where you had earlier met the group of furbolgs in that kind of rocky clearing. If you remember that, I mean, that was a year ago or so, but...
I think we keep flying
As far as we can.
as far as we can. If it actually attacks us, then we can do something. Maybe it's just taking a look. Maybe we can befriend a dragon.
Right. Well,
Okay.
It's not really. If we land, then we either fight it or we talk to it. If we keep flying, we either fight it or talk to it. So at least continuing to fly, we get more closer to safety. So
So, you're gonna keep pushing forward?
yeah.
Alright.
Ah,
I
let's go,
want
Barnabas.
Oliver and Ridire to do a athletic check for me.
Oh boy, what is my athletics? Okay.
Can I use athletics?
Yes, you may.
17.
19.
All right. So the first 10-15 minutes or so goes by, and you feel like you are keeping pretty good distance. You're able to maneuver just above the grass and still maintain good control. And the dragon does appear to be fading away from you a little bit. So, roll another athletic check.
Dirty 20.
14.
Okay. The terrain starts to get a little bit more uneven at this point, and you are able to fly about 30 feet up, but there are starting to be some trees now that you're having to move around or over. Not enough for good coverage, but enough to be a little bit of a hindrance. And Oliver, you are slowing down a little bit compared to Ridire. And the dragon does appear to gain on you a little.
Question.
Yes.
Were there trees similar to the ones that we're seeing farther up the mountain?
Yes. A little bit smaller variation, but not like... I mean, we're still talking a good, healthy oak tree size trunk.
Okay.
Are we landing?
If this dragon attacks us, I think we might have to make a hasty escape.
We're continuing to fly then, or?
As far as we can?
Okay.
All right,
we'll keep
another...
going. I'm gonna make sure if Oliver does fall behind, I'm gonna make sure that I'm within, like, close enough that I can get back to him in like a single movement.
Yeah, you're. It's definitely not like 100 feet or something like that. We're talking 20 feet right now.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, roll another athletic, you two.
22.
19.
Okay.
All right.
I'm rolling really good for this.
At this point, Oliver, you're able to kind of focus in on the terrain ahead of you and find a very easy path forward. Both of you duck down, going right across the top of the grass under some trees, and when you emerge from this small grove, the dragon has fallen back quite a ways.
This is
All right.
terrifying.
One more.
10.
Oh.
18.
All right. It's been about an hour now with this dragon just constantly pursuing you. Sometimes fading back where it's hard to see it. And then suddenly a cloud breaks and it's right there and you feel like it's gained some momentum on you. At this time, flying another hour, you find yourselves at this mountain entrance where the trees part and the path starts to emerge up the mountain trail. And you look back, the sky is clear.
Whoa.
You don't see anything.
Do we smell anything?
Roll me a perception check, Talamh.
Whichever of
18.
those you want me to have, 18 or 28.
We'll take the 18.
Okay.
No. The smell of sulfur seems to have departed.
I'm gonna land and then turn and kind of keep watch for a moment and let both of them kind of get their
landing and
bearings.
just popping back out into me.
I hop off the Pegasus. Oh, it's so nice to touch the green grass of home.
Yeah, keeping an eye out for me too.
How long are you gonna watch and wait?
5 minutes.
Okay. 5 minutes goes by. Sky seems clear.
I think we've entered the Queen's territory. It's willing to follow us, so that's a good sign, or a bad sign. But it's a sign.
Maybe she knows a little bit more about who that was.
Yeah.
Right. Should we try walking a little bit now instead of flying?
Yeah, let's walk for a little ways. And then maybe find a good spot to camp. It's like afternoon now, right?
Yeah. Yep, it'd
'Cause
be
it's been- well, I guess
about...
it was about... We encountered the dragon after about 4 hours of flying, and we flew for like another hour.
So it's been 5 hours.
So it's been like 5 hours.
Mhm.
So it's like a very early afternoon. Okay.
Yeah,
Probably like
be
1
about
o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah,
2
1 or 2
o'clock,
o'clock.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think if we proceed on foot for a little bit further up the mountain, and then maybe just find a spot to camp for the night, because then we know we can make it the rest of the way up tomorrow.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a survival check, all three of you.
We get advantage because we've been here before.
No.
Okay.
21.
That's a 14.
19.
Wow. The one who's from here has the lowest survival.
Oh, that's funny.
Your feet are asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, pins and needles.
Uneventful trip. The fog does start to roll in that you're used to. The ground is a very rocky terrain, still somewhat forested. Canopy above you. It will be another half a day before it really turns into the rocky terrain of the mountain. It doesn't take long for you all to find a patch of dirt that is clear, covered by some trees, and good for a camp.
Ooh.
I guess let's do it.
I put up 3 A-frame slabs of slab tents.
Okay.
And we can light a fire.
Yeah.
All right, the night is yours. You can choose to go to bed, have watch, have conversations.
I think we'll do our normal watch order.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remind me again, how long do we usually watch each?
Like 2 to 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Because you only technically need to sleep for 6 hours of the long rest.
Got it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to...
so actually, probably 3. We probably do
Yeah, we
3.
take watch for 3 hours.
That way,
Okay.
the other 2 people get a 6-hour sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I was
essentially have a
planning on
9-hour altogether long rest.
having used these anyways, so I'm gonna use my last 3. I'm gonna, for my watch, I'm gonna polymorph into a giant owl. So I have dark vision for 120 feet instead
wow.
of my normal. What is it? Do I even have dark vision? Sure I do. I do, don't I? Hold up, racial trait. Yeah, I normally have 60 feet, so this doubles my vision. And you want me to roll
Roll perception.
Perception. It's +5 too, which is good. I did that because 8.
All right.
It would have been 5. So
Roll me a
Yes.
d20.
18.
All right. The night goes on pretty quiet. A lot of movement in the distance. You know, you see a giant dog-like creature that goes running by, and then all of a sudden, it is like 30 feet away in an instant
Dogs.
and goes running off.
Tame it.
The big thing that you see that stands out beyond everything else is a giant moving cloud that passes by a good 70 feet from you. And as this big mass of movement goes by, you feel yourself kind of holding your breath, just waiting for something to happen. And it passes.
Cool.
Other than that,
I'm doing the owl thing where my head like goes all the way around, like looking like crazy.
not creepy at all.
Nope.
That's it. That's the extent of your night.
So then my watch,
Yep.
I will cast light on like a stone and have it in the campsite to just give us some bright light beyond just what the fire can do
Okay.
during my watch. And then I guess roll perception.
Yep.
9.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Nat 20.
Okay. So, the night goes off just normal, harder to see for you, but the vision, the things that you can see are pretty much your normal. You see a herd of giant deer off in the distance. Just faintly seeing them. You hear a wolf howl off in the distance. That one causes you to pause, but roll me a survival check with advantage.
19.
19. Okay. It's very clearly a wolf and not a werewolf. You've been around both enough now that you can tell the difference between the two.
Yeah. Cool.
And the 3 hours go by uneventful.
Wake Talamh up and go back to sleep. Or Talamh, sorry.
Great. That was a nice rest.
Full hit points, full spell slots. You are refreshed and ready for the day.
All right.
So, roll me a perception check.
21.
21. Okay. Roll me a d20.
8.
8. At the time that you wake up and you're starting to do your watch, a lot of the more nocturnal creatures are starting to wind down for the night. It gets pretty quiet. The fog starts to roll in a lot heavier around the camp, and you can sense the moonlight shining in little pockets through the tree. And time passes, and you can feel the change in the air as it starts to become what passes for dawn in the Fey Wild.
Breakfast time.
The two of you wake up to the smell of whatever Talamh is cooking, and the day is yours.
Don't we get, like, temporary hit points from your cooking?
Sure.
Isn't that part of the feat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's if I give you initiative rolls.
Oh, it has to specifically be initiative rolls? I thought it was...
Well, no, it's you can you can prepare food that allows creatures to regain hit points when taking a short rest, as well as gain temporary hit points after a long rest. So sure, you guys can have a couple.
How many is it?
I can make up to 9.
Well, I'm just wondering how many temporary hit points. Or is it 1 per? Or does it not specify?
4. Wait, you can prepare this food for 4. Okay. Any creature who eats the food spends 1 more hit dice to regain points. Oh, okay, here. Temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. So you guys get 5 temporary hit points.
Sweet.
And it lasts for 8 hours.
God.
And you do too, because I'm assuming you eat it as well. So,
Sure.
because you can benefit it from it. So, 5 temporary hit points.
Yay!
Never going to complain about being able to take 1 extra hit. Especially since we might be getting in a fight with a queen.
Yeah, especially, hey, I benefit from temporary hit points now that my, we retold my thing, and it doesn't give me a buttload of temporary
Not
hit
anymore.
points.
Yep. I'm also going to cast the aid spell. And I'm going to cast it because I'm going to prepare it for this day. I'm gonna cast it at level 3, so all of our hit point maximums go up by an additional 10.
Oh, and that's
Save
not
ours.
temporary hit points.
No, that's your actual maximum, so it can be refilled.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
Guys, I broke 100.
Hey!
Hey, I have 125 hit points right now.
With the temporary, I have
170.
106.
They're so strong. They're so strong.
If I polymorph, I get the 102 buffer.
Oh wait, no, I'm at 130 right now with the temporaries. When we level up, I'm debating if I just want to put the points into Constitution.
It does retroactively give you all those hit points.
Yeah. Because I feel like I have enough AC at 21 right now,
We all have pretty good AC.
but I could use some more hit points.
All right. And we'll venture up the mountain.
All right, up the mountain we go.
I use a 3rd level spell slot, and I needed to swap out one of my spells. So
Okay.
I'll unprepare that one, and I will do aid instead. There we go. All right.
All right.
I also unprepared Find Greater Steed since I already have it summoned. So just letting you know that I swapped that spell as well. So
Fair enough.
and up the mountain we go. Up the mountain we go.
All right.
We'll be
You start
going round the mountain as we go.
up the mountain, following the path, familiar to you all, because it's actually only been a couple of weeks or months. I think we said a month or so since your last visit to the Fey Wild. So
Yeah, approximately.
not completely out of your memory. And Talamh, you're very familiar with this path. And so go
Yes.
ahead and roll me a survival check, all of you. Talamh with advantage.
Are we
Good,
flying
I-
right now, or are we walking?
12.
22, nat 20.
Are we flying or are we walking? 'Cause
I thought we were gonna walk, but
Okay.
that way we don't have to. We flew. We got a ton of distance with flying yesterday.
20.
We'll walk up the mountain so that you don't have to waste spell slots.
I just needed to know for my roll.
Oh,
20.
I'm so excited to be back. That with all my memories intact now, that I'm like really distracted. So survival's a bit down.
Fortunately, Ridire and Panda absolutely make up for it. And with no problem, sure-footing, quickly walk across the mountaintop and find yourselves emerging from the forested covered area into the fog-filled rocky path that leads up the mountain towards the giant crystal. It's about an hour or so travel time that you come across the first hut. And from the hut, you hear a voice saying, anybody out there?
Did we learn their names?
I don't remember.
I don't
But
remember
I'm
their
gonna-
names.
Because the first hut.
The hut on the left contained the lady
Yeah,
who
well,
stole crap from
because
us.
technically they were on a fork.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
it would be if we
This
went
is-
if we made the correct turn right away, then it would be the one we didn't talk to.
Right.
Unless Chuck's insinuating that we went the wrong way and then I'll have to backtrack and go the other way again.
No, with a nat 20 and a 20 and a 12, you absolutely took the correct path.
Okay, so this is the one that none of us dealt with last time. So
You
I'm
told
just
her
gonna
that you had all the information you needed, and you were
Yep.
fine.
I'm gonna keep moving on. I'm just gonna not respond at all.
Same.
I have treats for visitors. No?
Nope. Keep going.
Keep going.
No
We can cook-
food. Magic
Cook our own-
items for sale. Potions.
Nope, we're going.
I think I'm fine. We should just go.
Hang on. I'm gonna do something not to. Not. I have no intention of going in there. But, all right, I gotta say something. We didn't want your bloody treats. I can cook my own. Thank you very much.
That's rude. You're very rude.
We're on a mission and we're very busy. We almost got eaten by a dragon, so excuse us if we're in a hurry. But you sound lovely, but we're in a hurry. And I'm walking on.
Okay. Roll me another survival check.
Ooh,
14.
jeez. 13.
I got a 6.
Okay. Ridire, the last time you were walking this path, you were very focused and on quite a bit of a mission. And so it all starts to feel a little bit unfamiliar to you because you weren't paying that close attention to the way up. And then on the way back down, you were in a hurry to get away from the Queen of Witches.
No memory of this place.
And so it's a little tougher for you. Thankfully, Talamh and Oliver are very, very comfortable with the path that they're on and continue to move at a good pace. Past another 7 or 8 different huts. Each time you pass one, somebody calls out trying to entice you in. But you know their game. And so it's not hard for you to just ignore the call.
Been there, done that.
Ignoring the call. It's an
What I'm
important
trying to
step.
figure out here is who could be climbing this high up a mountain and then still fall for whatever it is they're peddling. It's not like
Someone
little
that's-
children are randomly wandering up here.
I think I think a lot of people get lost in the fog.
Ah, that'll do it. Forgot about the fog. What does fog do again? Besides be sticky on your face.
It obscures the vision of sighted people.
Ah. That would do it.
Survival check, please, everybody.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What? 6.
Fair 20.
Or an at 20.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20, a 12, and a 6. Alright. Oliver, your goggles are not great with all the moisture in the air, and you have a little bit of a hard time with the whole face mask, plague doctor mask thing. And so...
Well, they should really make these like little things that just
Squeaky, squeaky.
That would be really helpful, so I don't have to continuously like rub my eyes. I'm not going to make them, but somebody should.
Magical wipers.
Yeah, I keep using prestidigitation. Just
No, you cast Unseen Servant, and they just like ride on your shoulder and just constantly wipe off
I-
your
I have Robert. He's giving Robert the plant a piggyback ride, and he's just going squeaky.
The image of that is amazing. So, thankfully, your 2 companions all rolled high enough that it didn't matter, and so for the rest of the journey, you are able to make it. It takes you about 6 hours or so. So again, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You find yourselves at the entrance down to the cave of the Queen of Witches.
this is about where as far as Talamh and I got. So
Would we have passed that Fey tree on the way up?
I think it was lower down the mountain. It was like through a different pass, wasn't it? Last
Yeah.
time.
You would have
Since I'm-
passed the same pathway to get to it,
Okay. On the way down, we're touching that Fey tree.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, this is the Fey tree. We've already.
Yeah, this is the one that goes to Haddonfield.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
That's why we're here, so we can get safety for the troops.
Yeah.
Go through it.
Okay, I have touched that Fey tree. No, we're good.
Yep, you have interacted with that Fey tree.
Shoot, you know what I could have done this whole time, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to waste the 6th level spell. Just Fey tree to Fey tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we wanted the travel so we would potentially encounter Lord of the Hunt and stuff.
True.
So.
You're a little far north for the Lord of the Hunt.
Yeah.
The way you were traveling.
All right.
Okay.
Did we find
He's more of the
like...
south, west region is his primary hunting ground.
Yeah. So we're at the cave at
Yep.
the top.
Cave entrance at the top.
All right. We say her name. It should allow us access unless something happens.
Miss Needed. Are you home?
The door suddenly appears, surrounded in the moonlight, and opens up, and out steps the same servant. I believe he was a tabaxi.
I thought he was a.
Remind me. I forgot to look it
he
up.
was an Eladrin.
That's right, he was. He was an Eladrin with the slick back hair and the the nice clothes and.
And he sounded like this.
Screw you, curiosity. By the way, it's been long enough in the Fey Wild. The lords and ladies of the Fey realm have all changed their accents and their voices up just slightly, or maybe a lot. Because they get bored and they just change their accents and their type of speaking and all of that.
That is a really good cover for I don't remember what accent I used.
And I forgot to do my research.
I was gonna say, if only there was like some collection of videos that you took that you could have watched in the preceding month.
If only I could go to youtube.com/initiative roll and watch all of our previous videos and get fully caught up on the story. Shameless plug.
If we're shameless plugging, hey Ross Ryan, thank you so much for resubscribing. You are the best.
I agree.
Yes, I know. I did not do my due diligence. That is on me. I apologize.
It's fine. I actually like that they change up their voices and stuff for like immortal beings. That totally makes sense.
I get bored.
You would get bored. Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah. Hi. The three of you are back. Oh dear. Welcome. Do you want an audience with Her Majesty?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Yes. Why? What's wrong with her right now? Besides the usual.
Most people that turn her away don't come back.
Yeah, we're a little bit different.
You know how many times I've been here before? I just come and go. I think it's fine. It's fine.
You've been here once. What?
White face.
Okay.
That's right. I'm entirely
Yep.
different. looking.
Well, we need to talk to her.
Yeah,
so
we just gotta get through it, and we're going.
make this.
I'm-
We're on a schedule.
I apologize. I'm so sorry. Yes, I will see if she will have an audience with you. Sure. It's not my job to turn people away. Okay. And he leads you down the seemingly infinite staircase all the way
Does she
down.
not have a? She does have a faster way to get to her. I don't feel like walking down the infinite staircase.
It,
this time.
it's the policy is to make you work for it. I don't have access to bring guests on the lift.
Is there a banister on the staircase?
No, it's pure stone all around. It's a cave tunnel that just goes down
Okay.
and just keeps going down and down and down and down.
And we keep going.
Af-
Marching on down.
After what feels like far too long of a time, to the point where you're getting fairly frustrated at seeing Stonewall, torch, Stonewall, torch, Stonewall, torch, repeated for what feels like forever.
I'm gonna start grabbing the torches.
Please, can you not? I'm gonna have to be the one to put those all up.
All right, I don't want to inconvenience you. You're nice. I'll put them back.
I'm sorry. This is what I do.
No, it's not your fault. Don't blame the employee for what the manager does. Let's go.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a prime material plane thing. Plane.
Weird. I don't get it, but okay. Okay. Yeah. And at that point, you come to the foot of the stairs. The large, intricately decorated with all these Celtic rune door is in front of you. And he says, I'm just gonna go in and check to see if she'll have an audience with you, and then I'll come get you as soon as I can. I hope that's okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. I'll be right back. And opens the door a little bit, slips in, door shuts, and you are left to your own devices in the entryway to the Queen of Witches.
I am gonna twiddle my thumbs. Actually, give me 1 minute.
Where is our sword thing? The general.
The general would be in.
Right.
We put that in the hole?
Last I had heard, it was in the hole.
Okay. Just making sure. Should we get it out of the portable hole while we're here so we can use it as a bargaining token?
Do we want to use it as a bargaining token? I mean, I guess it could be out of her hands, but she also doesn't seem like I don't know, the type of person who would be opposed to potentially be using that as another bargaining chip later on.
That's true. We'll see. We'll just talk to her, ask her what she would want.
A few minutes pass, and the Eladrin quickly opens the door and shuts it behind him and says, she will see you. Be on your best behavior, please. Yeah, okay. And opens the door for you and gestures you in.
Cool. Walk in.
Okay. You walk in and you see the Chamber of the Queen of Witches, Nick Naveen. Polished rocky floor that is very cold to the touch. There are levels of viewing areas that are filled with various hags and other fey creatures, although the blood hags are the ones that stand out the most in their very beautiful appearance with the blood red skin. And about 60 feet away is the Queen of Witches sitting at a giant throne. She is standing about 25 feet tall at the moment.
Way taller than she was last time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's in her big form right now.
Hello, milady. Greetings. Once again.
Greetings. You come in here with your greetings, do ya?
You sound different.
You sound different. Thank you. It's what we do.
Been working on that one for a while, have you?
Have you come to insult me? Or do you need something?
I'm not. Hey, I implied that you worked very hard for that.
Oh, I'm so thankful for your compliment.
Well, yeah, we did come with an order of business. Your werewolf problem that you had previously, we've been, dealing with it on the prime material plane, and we're prepared to be making some large moves against them here, and just wanted your permission for the kingdom to send some troops through your land to pass through the Fey Tree.
Let me get this straight. You reject me in all of my dealings. You leave me empty-handed. Going trips over to my sister. I have lost the accent. Holy...
Welcome back from the edit, everybody.
Hey! We should totally have that in there.
You come here after turning me away last time, not asking for any of my help, not wanting to make a deal because apparently you're too good for it, going off to my sister, and apparently working with her, and that thug, the Lord of the Hunt. Why should I be helping you?
Because it's in the interests of your lands to not let the werewolves take over everything. Do you think they're going to just be done with the prime material plane if they succeed? They already know how to access the Fey Wild. They're clearly... Those kinds are never going to be satisfied.
They'll
with what
come
they
here
have.
next.
They'll come here. And I know you act as if... Or I shouldn't say act, I'm sorry. I know you believe that they are no threat to you, but they would still cause devastation to your lands at the very least.
At the very least, they'd be annoying for an eternity.
It would be a significantly larger annoyance than what you're currently had to deal with.
And if I may, I have been in contact with Saloon, who was previously trapped by these. They have the ability to trap a god. That is not necessarily something to laugh at. Saloon, Kelimvor, and Miliki have all spoken to me and seem to have issues against these people as well.
There's a lot of powerful folks uniting against them, so...
Roll a... Oh. All three of you roll a persuasion check.
Ooh.
30.
13. That's pretty average for me.
Oh
26.
my
You got 2 charisma-based guys.
And I didn't abysmally fail it.
Yeah.
30 on that 20. Why? Why is it always when you guys do these?
Look, it's always God stuff.
We
so-
built this party to be
Okay.
able to negotiate.
I have the power of gods and dragon on my side.
Yeah, and to be fair, we've been rolling like this for these kind of things since the beginning of the
Since
campaign.
the beginning, it's
Literally,
beautiful.
the first encounter we had with a Fey creature was a nat 20 persuasion to make it not fight us.
I think that was an intimidation because all you did was like not even draw your sword, just rip the arrow out of your shoulder and say, really, where is your base?
She beckons you forward and leans in her chair forward and says, "You're telling me the power of Saloon was stopped?"
It's blocked, and it still partially is in the material plane. We've done some work to fix that, but that's part of what we're trying to do now is to stop them from blocking her.
They had locked away her daughters.
Yes.
And her vision in the process of that. She was not able to contact the material world.
But if they can lock away Luna and Celine, who knows what they could do? They'd be thoroughly annoying, at the very least. I don't even want to think about the very worst.
Interesting. You make an interesting point. And say I let you take this path into our land and let your little people walking through here. After the way you ignored me last time, I'm still a little bit hurt. What's in it for me?
Not having werewolves traipse all over your land.
Yeah, I mean, this would be completely resolving the werewolf issue that you've been having.
And you're going to be taking care of that no matter what it sounds like. So, what else? I'm helping you speed it up. I'm letting you go across our land. I'll even keep the ladies away from your more influenced mortals. But what do we get? What do I get?
What? Do you want...
Can I give her the generals of Enoth? Because she'd keep it safe.
We talked about that. We just don't know if it's all dealt with, then yeah, it's okay. But if it's something that she can use as a bargaining chip with the other side potentially too, to get them out of, like, say, we'll give you the general, you stay out of my land, that's not something we want.
That's true. Yeah. What would you request?
Give her the deck.
Huh?
Give her the deck as a bargaining chip that was her sister's. Like,
I'll wait and see what she asks for first.
Okay.
Well, it seems that one of you was willing to bargain your memory away. I'd ask for the same. One memory for each mortal that walks through this plane and enters the Fey Tree. I get one memory at random.
From them?
Seems like...
From them.
As long as they knew in advance, then only those willing to lose a
We could tell them.
would go through.
It's true, as long as it wasn't, I don't know that it's our choice to tell them that.
But I feel like there would be a lot less volunteers.
Tell them? Don't tell them. Don't tell them. That would be even more fun.
I'm gonna do that.
We gotta tell them.
That's your choice.
I mean, that's the least objectionable.
That is pretty not invasive. Considering what you did to me the first time I came in here.
All the deals she offered me is significantly lighter. I mean, she still gets a lot out of it because memories have power and there's potentially a large force, so I definitely see why you would. Yeah, I mean, it's... I don't know, what do you think?
I mean, losing memories is a bit of a sore spot for me, but then again, instead of like all of them, they'd only be losing one at random, so I think it's an okay gamble.
Don't know that it is necessarily our call to make, but if it is something that is made aware to them,
As
Is
long as
there-
they
oh,
said,
I think it'll be okay. I do have suspicions, though, that it will severely hinder our abilities in massive force, but I think it is possible.
would you have anything else you'd be willing to accept?
I've got one more that I'd be willing to accept, but I don't think you're gonna like it.
And what would that be?
She's right.
I'd want the name of every
Oh.
soldier that walks through those gates.
Oh, we
That's
both
much-
know the power of
that's-
names.
Yeah, that's much worse.
That's way worse.
That's
I
like
told
not
you.
even on. That's not even on the same level. That's like saying you can either pay me 10 gold for this or 1 million gold for this.
So what's your counter offer? I've told you my range. Tell me yours.
We do have
What if I
something-
gave you this and I pulled the deck of many things out of my pocket?
It did belong to your sister, and it
She'd
is
probably
now-
be pretty sore that you have it.
And also, Oliver kind of took it without permission, which you're probably a fan of from
There's a lot
her,
of
since it seems
mischief
like that's a
and-
strained relationship.
If you have a lot of like to have a lot of fun, then playing with this thing could be intriguing.
Plus, you could probably trick other mortals into drawing from it, which I know you would find hilarious.
Oh, that would be great.
You watch as her face grows dark and stern, and she said, "You took from my kin without permission."
I didn't.
But she
ask.
didn't say we couldn't.
It wasn't strictly
Forbid us.
forbidden.
Yeah. She told us we could take stuff that could help us, so.
So did you take it without permission or not? Because now you're telling me two different things.
It's
She didn't
sort
give
of.
permission,
It's,
but
it's
she also
uh,
didn't condemn it.
yeah, it's sort of a bit of both.
It was kind of a.
It just
do
didn't really
now,
come
ask
up in
for
the conversations.
Exactly. It was a do now,
Yeah.
ask for forgiveness later.
Are you familiar with the term gray area?
All the squares make a circle.
Oh. I live in the gray area. Look, it's all stone. It's all gray.
I was going to say this does, what we're doing seems, from what the time I've spent here, something of Fey. What a Fey Wild citizen might do.
Then I'll make another deal with you. You have 5 years to have as many people pull from the deck as walk through these gates.
It's like, it's such a chore.
Are there even that many cards in it?
It constantly. It's,
The cards
it's
reset.
magic.
I don't know.
It's magic.
I
Yeah.
only drew
Wait.
from it 5 times, so.
You can literally draw the same card over and
She
over
stops
again.
and looks at that. You drew from it 5 times.
Oh yes, that's how I got this, and that's to hold the scythe.
Yeah, that's also why I'm holding onto it now.
It was very fun. I got to fight death, and I killed the avatar of death. It was a good time. Also, I accidentally might have just ripped a person's soul out of their body. That was a thing that happened.
Wait, what?
Oh, don't worry about it. It might be on us here. I'm just
You know
saying
what?
I could just give it to you, and you could I don't know.
That doesn't
show up
surprise
and
me anymore.
Maybe, I don't know, prank some people. Seems like something you'd like to do.
Well, you were able to pull from it 5 times without any problem.
Oh no, there was
Yes.
definitely a problem. Like somebody's soul got literally ripped out in front of me.
And you're doing fine. So do that for as many times as soldiers come walking through my land.
I feel like losing a memory is probably like small potatoes compared to all these other things.
Yes, the memory thing does seem the best.
Alright, listen. Here's what we do. If we say memory, we can always tell them all the other things, horrible things that they might have had to go through, and this was the least objectionable. I, for one, think the memory thing is fine now, I think. As much as it pains me
Compared
to say.
to everything else, it does seem to be the lesser of, what is it, 3 evils?
I think it is. I mean, it's not exactly taking away a small child's sight and fusing her with a tiny spirit now, is it?
Was that you?
As if you'd forgotten.
As if you were the first.
Well, that hardly makes it better. In fact, that makes it worse.
It makes it worse, yeah.
Yes. For you, that was the day that changed your entire life.
Let me guess, it was just like another Wednesday for you.
Mm-hmm.
They all said the same things, they're very predictable.
Aye.
I had a thought.
What was that?
What if I offer her my name?
She doesn't have your name, but she has our names.
Well, she
'Cause
kind
I
of has
don't-
mine.
Because I don't use it. It doesn't define me anymore, so I don't know if it has as much power over me.
I don't know that she'll take that, though, over, everybody's name.
Yeah, but she wanted my servitude the first time. Like, she definitely knows that she wants me. I mean, she wants all of us, but I just worry
Roll
what
an
the
insight check.
worried what the ramifications of that could be.
I should just be rolling insight on everybody.
That's a 19.
Last time you were in a much darker place. There was some twisted things that could be done with you. You're in a better place now. You can ask, but your gut tells you that it's not the same offer as it might have been.
If you guys feel like at least we can tell, no one would be going into this, with any unexpected.
That is true. I would think about the potential consequences of that, though, if we also travel through the Fey trees. And you said through, when they travel through a Fey tree, is that correct?
Point of order. You three are exempt from this. I have dealt with you enough. I don't want repeat business after this. And it is after they exit, or after they enter this specific tree on my property. I can't.
I don't think, I think we might come back and visit a lot, actually, after this.
Maybe.
It could be really fun,
Hey.
actually. We could hang out. We could have a good time.
I've come and gone here so many times.
Although, unless you don't want us to do that, maybe, I don't know, some sort of deal could be struck there or something.
I know the back way in.
Yes, and then I shoved you into a little girl.
And don't think that hasn't made me any less
Yeah,
annoying.
you didn't
I
think
will
about that
annoy
before you
you
said it out
into
loud, did you?
eternity.
You didn't think about
Just
that
saying,
one
we
before
could
you
be
said it.
really annoying.
I tell you what, you let this happen, and I won't tell everyone about you shoving things into a little girl. I think that's a great deal.
And I've heard Ridire has this really cool story. You should tell it to Ridire. It's a good one.
No, she just gave me a new one that I can tell people.
Oh.
That's a good one too. But like that one really, really in depth and like extremely long one that is like.
With like the
No,
three
like
owl
those-
bears.
Yes,
It
that
is a
one.
very good story.
You should tell that right now. I mean, why not tell it? I don't know, like every day for the next however many years.
5? At least.
5 years in me.
We can be very annoying. I think we're well aware of that.
don't know what you're talking about. I'm a delight.
No, you're right, Ridire. You're the good one.
You're a breath of fresh air.
I really like that story. You should tell it more often. Like specifically to her though. Like I think she'll
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Like, I'll be going sitting over there while you tell
I'm
it.
wondering if we annoy her too much, is she just gonna like attack us?
That's what
You're
it's
just gonna
be
put
about
us
right
to
now.
sleep.
Can't
I'm
now.
immune to magical. I'm immune to magical sleep.
And she was barely able to put me to sleep with a 9th level sleep spell last time.
That's
I now
true.
have twice as many hit points. Yeah, so there's these 3 owl bears, and I'm gonna tell the story.
He just starts talking.
I'm gonna start telling the story.
I'm gonna like find whatever dust particles I can and like mold earth in the air, like the 3 bears, kind of like the Deathly Hallows story from Harry Potter.
And I'm
You're
sound
making
effects.
it way more interesting.
And I'm sound effects.
Ridire, go ahead and roll a charisma saving throw.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
That's a 27.
God, what the hell?
I'm a plus 15
There's
to
no
charisma
stopping
saving
this.
throws.
There is no stopping this train.
Wow.
My best saving throw. And so this little girl, she goes and she eats the soup, and it's too hot.
All right, take.
Was it like spicy hot or temperature?
Both.
Ah.
Yes, and then she went.
You
She
take 16 points of psychic damage.
And she
Okay.
takes 37 from the story.
Does that include your ring of mind shielding?
The Ring of Mind shielding doesn't protect me from psychic damage.
Oh, okay.
It just, they can't read my thoughts, determine if I'm lying, or know my alignment.
Oh, hey, you're only one
And they
hit point.
can't. And they cannot telepathically communicate with me
Ah,
unless I want them to.
you're only one hit point below your standard maximum.
Yeah.
Yep, so you, as you're telling the story, you get hit with this psychic blast, and all words and thoughts leave your mind, and you start to drool a little bit, and then you shake it off, and you're back to normal.
She tried to. Was that enfeeblement or whatever?
Feeble mind.
Yeah, feeble mind. You alright?
So then she eats from the second bowl of soup,
Oh,
We could do this
and
all day,
it's
I mean.
too cold.
I
So
will
is-
be taking away the offer of the single memory if this continues.
Okay, I'm just saying we could visit every single day for the next.
You could, yes.
It would be very annoying for you, I'm sure.
Yes, it absolutely would, and I could kill you all.
But we could invite your
Aw,
sister.
I
We
don't
could
think you
invite
could
the
do that.
Lord.
Yeah,
You
we have,
want to
like,
kill
we have
us?
friends.
Let's
Listen.
just
The Lord of the Hunt loves me. I
I've
think
got,
he'd
like,
be very
3 gods
upset
on
if
my
anything
side.
were to happen to us.
I've got like at least 3 gods on my side.
The Lord of
At
the
least.
Hunt. From the top of the threats here, the Lord of the Hunt is might favor you a little bit, but he does not intervene in our affairs. And the gods, well, they have their precious material plane to be working with.
Yes, and I think, if the safety of that revolved around something happening here.
They'll find other champions, I'm sure.
Not if they don't have any options. I mean, I literally just told you like a little bit ago that, I don't know, they could like lock up gods or whatever.
And now, that's been broken. So
And if they fix it, so I don't, are you following here? They could just redo it potentially unless it is stopped like right now.
Well, then you better get to move on.
I hate Fey Lords. I really, really wish we were murder hobos right now.
We could take her, right?
pretty sure that most of the Fey Lords are like challenge rating 18 or higher. Which it would be doable, but she also has all of the hags in the room.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Are we just gonna take the deal then?
I feel like we're gonna have to. All right, so let's get the wording of this absolutely clear. One memory at random from each individual person who marches from that Fey tree to this one.
No. One memory at random from each person who uses the Fey tree from this side to that.
Could I request one alteration?
Please?
The memory at random, could the memories of their task at hand be disincluded from that?
That would be very convenient.
Just so that they can still be useful. Like their past, like their childhood, things like that is fine, but just like they don't forget what they're there to do. That's just my concern.
Do you promise not to be coming back and telling that story ever again?
Sure.
Agreed.
Okay. I think that's fair. Yes.
So,
That works.
a person who uses the Fey tree from this side to get
To
to
the
the
other
other. Not for all time, though.
No. No, that'd be too much.
Because the way you worded it was pretty open-ended.
I was hoping you would
And we
catch
like-
that.
And we have to close these loopholes. Listen, I know the trickery that you're capable of.
And I'm pleased that you do. So yes, it would be this one-time permission to use the Fey tree, unaccosted, and in that time, anyone who passes through it, gives up one memory at random, excluding the memory of the task at hand and the reasoning for entering the Fey tree.
Alright, now, just to be clear, this does include that they will be safe marching through your mountains to get to it.
Yes, passage through my realm is guaranteed.
Right.
Doesn't do me any good to be hurting the people whose memories I'd be getting.
Well, could have been your hags doing the hurting.
Well, they wouldn't. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't get in the way of her collecting memories. That would be foolish.
They could try. It would be the last thing they ever do.
See,
Alright.
I believe we have an accord.
She puts out a giant hand.
Oh, I wish I had Bigby's big hand right now.
Do you
Yeah,
take
like
it?
Yeah, I'll take the finger.
And she shakes your hand. A shake from all three of you, if you don't mind. I want to make sure that we're all in agreement.
I shake it.
I'll take a moment and then shake it as well.
Okay.
Oh, I'm happy we could make a deal.
The deal has been made,
And we're gonna leave.
and the doors open, and you are gestured to exit.
I request that someone run a one-shot as level 20 characters that we go to the Fey Wild and just kill Queen of Witches.
That would be fantastic.
just to make me feel better that in some reality she gets murdered.
I mean, with how well you roll against her her spell save DC, you probably could take her. I'm just gonna tell you.
But all of the swarm of hags.
That's
Yeah.
the main concern.
That would be the problem, because even if all of them are just simple level, like low level hags, like the one we killed way early on in the campaign, they can still cast like lightning bolt and fireball and things like that. And even half damage from 20 fireballs is going to significantly impede our ability to live.
Mhm.
So
True.
So how would somebody become an archfey? Because would somebody rise in place? But
I would stand up. I would take her place.
that's our epilogue. We come back, kill, and Talamh becomes the new.
Ridire has passed on, so you don't have him like holding back from murder. I'll roll up a new character. We'll come back and we'll kill the Queen of Witches in the epilogue. We'll leave.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. There's not like, you're not born it or anything. It is nobility. You're born into it, but no, it's just a super powerful fey creature that ends up ruling the land, and the land surrounds kind of their area to become their world.
Probably be some other fey that would step into the void, but it wouldn't like take up the exact same mantle. There would be a distinct, and it might not be nearly as powerful, so it might almost be like the territory would get chopped up into smaller realms or something.
By the
Oh,
way, if you had
jeez.
chosen to fight her,
Oh, there were
Definitely
like
an
little
option.
platforms and everything. Oh,
Wow.
kind of want to.
Oh, you could have put the hot hags in too. The abominable beauty,
yeah,
Sprite. But I just see the worm and the queen.
yeah,
We
I
need to do
didn't
a-
add in
what-
all of the others because I wasn't sure what you'd do. I didn't want to take up too much time.
Yeah.
That's true.
There was part of me that was really struggling with that.
What, to not fight her?
To not fight her. Yeah.
That would have been a big gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is why it didn't happen. Yes, we'll leave and we'll head north towards that other Fey tree, I believe, right?
We're
I
going
guess we'll
north to which Fey tree?
the ones we can get to the other
Oh,
Wimmick.
to Wimmick.
Yep.
To Wimmick. Yeah, we'll mosey on that way.
So we'll let the soldiers know like this is what would happen if they go through. So only those that are willing to take that risk will go. And then if no one volunteers, then we just don't have the advantage that we technically didn't have before anyways.
True.
We can still go. So
I feel like What's His Nuts is probably gonna be like, yes, I'm going to go.
that's fine. Hopefully he'll be the one that loses the ability to walk.
He barely had it to begin with.
Everyone else just like forgets what daisies smell like, and he forgets how to walk.
She's gonna get his memory and just be so disappointed because it's probably just like,
Worthless.
yeah.
All right,
Yes, we're heading north.
head north. How do you travel?
Yep.
Are we flying off this mountain?
We just fly from up here.
I suppose we could.
Fly, you fools.
I have a way to
Oliver,
make
if
it
you-
faster.
What's
What's
that?
that?
You can go your full 90 if I just turn into
Turn
a
something
spider.
small.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you could
How
have been
about
a spider.
How about not a spider? How about like an ant?
Why? I like the spider.
Or a mouse, or a little rat.
Very much don't.
Fine,
You
I'll
could-
turn into a little rat.
That's fine. Totally okay with a rat.
Psych, it's a spider. It's a spider rat.
It's a rat.
Oh
with
God,
eight legs.
no!
It's
no.
the rat cockroach crossbreed from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, it's an 8-legged rat.
Fine.
Oh.
Not a spider. I'm a
no.
scorpion.
Scorpion,
Yeah.
still better.
Really?
Weirdly enough, still better.
Tick.
Oh,
Tick. Tick's fine. Yeah.
Oh,
tick's fine.
Taldama's not afraid
hate
of a little
ticks.
spider. Oliver
I'm
can
okay
sit
with-
on Taldama's shoulder.
I'm fine with
Mm.
spider. Yeah, I'll just be a little rat.
All right. The rat and and we'll fly on Barnabas.
all
And I
right.
stick Oliver in my pouch of stones.
So
No,
Oliver
I-
has a nice little rocky.
No, I pick Oliver up. I go, and his head's just poking right out,
Okay.
so he can see.
Interesting, but all right.
Awkward. I'm very awkward for all of her. These.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. You take off and travel, and you don't need spell slots. Well, I guess you're gonna have to.
He has to use them to polymorph into the rat.
It's mostly just for weight distribution instead of. So we can go 90 instead of 80.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a survival check there, Ridire.
Let's go, Barnabas. Oh,
Oh,
no!
Three.
All right. As you're traveling, the fog and clouds kind of obscures your travel and makes it a little bit difficult to find the course. And you are able to eventually get a decent purchase, and you travel for about 3 hours. At which point, Talamh, being distracted by the mouse or the rat in her pocket or wherever it's being kept at, you all don't. Well, roll me a perception check with disadvantage, everybody.
Oh, great. So I
just roll a straight one because I have advantage.
if I do it based off smell, I have advantage, but could I be sniffing the air for that
So
sulfur
I got a
smell or
10.
whatever?
Sure.
All right, so I'll
What
just
are-
roll straight then.
Are we rolling
10.
perceptions?
Yeah,
Yep.
roll perception.
At
At
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Which you already have 'cause of
16.
air, right?
10, 10, 16.
Not bad. Not bad.
Can I use my passive perception?
Talamh, the sulfur smell comes back. Stronger than ever.
Ah, for feck's sake.
And now, probably about 70 feet from you, high up in the cloud cover, the dragon is back.
Are there any
Cool.
trees nearby?
Well, if
No,
we just keep
We're in the clouds.
if we just keep flying, I'm pretty sure dragons only have 80 fly speed. So we will slowly outpace it.
You can still theoretically breathe fire at us.
Yeah, but it still has to get in range.
It's true. 70 feet away from us. Will we just outpace it?
I think most dragons' breath weapons are only like a 40-foot, maybe.
Will we
30 or
Tarrasque
40.
cheesing this?
So, what are
We're
you
just
doing?
I think we're just gonna keep flying. I mean, I'll have
Fast.
Barnabas dash essentially, but yeah, we're just gonna try and outpace it. I think Barnabas is faster. I could be wrong. And I don't have the stat blocks in front of me, but I know it was unique that the Pegasus had 90. I remember when I first looked that up that we were all like surprised that he had 90 instead of like 60 or 80. So we're gonna just fly.
Yeah, it's
better
last time. We can probably do it again.
Yeah. And that was with you holding this up. I'm kidding.
True.
All right, so go ahead and roll me an athletic check.
Just use athletics. 11 or 16.
Okay.
Once again, shouldn't Barnabas be rolling the athletics check?
I mean, again, it's. I guess
his bonus wouldn't really be any better.
Yeah.
Because I have the skill. He doesn't have the skill. So,
Yeah, it's gonna be
depends.
at your advantage to use your stats.
Yeah, because I got a +7. I think he'd only have like a +5. All right, fair enough. Whatever.
At best. Either way, the even dashing and now going at a full speed, pushing the Pegasus to its full limit, the dragon does gain 20 feet on you.
It's 50 feet behind us.
You can keep going. I mean, we'll try and descend. We're going down the mountain, right?
If that's what you want to do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be moving in a downward and forward trajectory.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
All right, roll another athletic check.
Come on. 18.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Cat.
The speed at which you're moving and the angle that you're moving, you get a really good draft pushing, not pushing against you, but like the force of the wind and everything. Yeah, you find that slipstream and you are able to make up pretty good ground.
Good.
And the dragon moves about 30 feet away from you.
Oh, we've gained 10.
I don't know, he's at 60 feet.
Well, no, now he's at 80. He was at 70.
Right,
He got 20 feet closer, and then we just got 30 feet further away, so we
So,
netted 10.
80.
So 80
Got
feet
it.
away. Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
All right, roll another athletic.
18, unless I have advantage.
Nope. 18.
So 18 again.
So, excuse me. You keep finding that slipstream, and it's locked in now, and you are riding fairly close to the mountain, and so every time there's this jagged outcrop, you're able to quickly move around it, and looking back, you can see the dragon kind of slowing down to maneuver, and it's a lot bigger than you, meaning it's
Slowing
having to be a little more cautious in this chase, and so you end up gaining another 20 feet.
If we could juke the dragon into crashing into the mountain.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going until
Yeah.
something else
Roll
happens.
another athletic check.
23.
That wasn't bad. All right, same roll. Sweet. It was a 15, so it wasn't that bad, but not gonna beat a 23. Yeah,
Yes, I took athletics as a skill.
you watch behind you. Your Pegasus is just going, and you reach the end of the mountain, and you're off into plains now again, and it levels out, and it becomes that familiar terrain of, rolling hills and grassland. And looking behind you, it is clear. There is no sign of anything. You do hear a roar come from somewhere on the mountain.
I live on the mountain. It's weird.
What kind of dragon was it?
It was a red dragon.
Right?
Yep, red dragon.
Was it the same red dragon?
Probably.
I have working theories, but it is in contrast with things I've learned before.
There were no dragons in this area that we ever encountered before.
Unless something came through a tree. Is this like...
Is that Basu?
Well, Basu's a... From
Oh, he's
what I
black
learned,
dragon.
was a black dragon pretending to be a red dragon.
That's true.
Unless...
Which could be what's going on here.
Exactly. Unless there's two taking up the same identity and they're just like swapping between realms or something.
Seems really weird though for dragons to cooperate like that. They're typically very
Is it
territorial.
under a like a deal? Are they under deals with her?
I guess it's possible. I don't know. I mean, do we want to go back and try and talk to the dragon?
Probably not. It's a red dragon. If Basu isn't going to be taught,
Because
easily
red dragons
swayed.
are chaotic evil.
Mm-hmm. If
I mean, obviously that's
Basu
just
isn't.
you don't have to play them that way, but that's typically what they are. Black dragons, I think, are like lawful evil. They might be chaotic as well. I guess we'll keep going for a while longer until I don't want to push Barnabas too hard. We'll maybe stop dashing. We'll let him relax a little bit, but we'll keep flying forward until we find a good camp spot.
All right. Rest of the day goes, and I'll say you get about to this tree, and
Sweet.
are able to make camp for the night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because the Fey Wild's small, and it's pretty easy to get from place to place.
It's true. That's the other benefit, is not only can you, if you have the rings, you can control time, but it's also smaller, so it saves you even more time. It's like the
Little
nether in
compact
Minecraft.
fairy world.
Alright, so what I want to do is I might take First Watch
First watch.
for the night, because what I would like to do is set up the tents in such a way. Hang on, let me see something. Let me see. Yeah, I like to set the tents in such a way that they form kind of like 3 sides of a square with the central fire. And then I want to transmute rock on the open end, so that anything coming up toward, walking up to us would have a very tough time getting in.
Okay.
There's the mud pool
Mhm.
in front. Okay, yeah. I like that.
Okay.
And if I do that before I go to bed, I'll get that spell slot in the morning.
I mean, I could also cast Druid Grove, but that's probably a bit overkill. So yeah, she can go first, and then Oliver, do you want to just take the morning shift?
Sure.
And then we'll just either have a more simple breakfast, or we'll just wait a little bit longer to give Talamh the opportunity to cook if she wants to. But we do have like rations and simple stuff as well. Yeah, I'll do my middle watch, same as usual.
So, starting with watches, Talamh, roll me a perception check.
Roll the perception check.
26.
26. All right. Roll me a d20.
What? Come on. Okay, well, it's not.
7. All right. Your night is fairly quiet. Lots of wildlife around again. But nothing comes up to the encampment. Nothing really approaches you. And you're able to get through 3 hours unaccosted. So, Ridire, you're up.
Perception with advantage, 12.
All right, roll me a d20.
Four.
Okay.
The dragon's back.
The
T-Rex.
night continues on. and a couple of times you think that this swarm that Oliver had seen the other night, you also see something. Actually, no, not the swarm. You know what? Off in the distance, kind of hard to make out. It's a very faint. You see a light blink on and then blink off. And you wait a little bit, and off in the distance you see a little bit a ways away from that one, you see a light appear and blink on and off. And then the closer light goes again. And this continues for about 30 minutes.
It's too much.
What?
I'll just keep an eye on it.
Okay. They don't move closer to you. The lights, but they continue for another half hour or so before blinking away and then not reappearing. And then the rest of the night is quiet.
Okie dokie. I'll wake Oliver up.
Oliver, you're up.
Up and at 'em.
8.
8. Roll me a d20.
6.
Okay.
I rolled 2 6s in a row, technically.
At least you're consistent.
Yeah.
Consistency is key.
The night is pretty dark. You're not used to being on watch this late at night. And so it's more challenging for you to look out at everything compared to what you're used to. You do think that you, looking up at the sky, you think you see draconic shapes flying near the moonbeam that is ever present over Nick Naveen's mountain. And thankfully, they do not approach your encampment at all.
So
They
multiple
stay-
draconic shapes?
Not
Or
at the
just
same time. You see
Okay.
you see draconic shapes multiple times.
All about like the same size, or
Hard to tell from
Okay.
this distance and with an 8. Not anything, nothing approaches you. Also, though, to the west, you're looking after the dragons seem to disappear. Dragon or dragons. And you see a massive shape far away, just out of your visual. Clear skies. There is light, even if it's this dark out at night. And you're able to see this giant, massive shape just out of your visual range, or just within your visual range. Move across the horizon.
On the land or flying?
On the land.
keep an eye on it.
It does not move in your direction. It seems to be moving in more of a northwestern direction.
Okay.
And while you track that across the horizon, you also see the sun start to rise. And a new day is dawned in the Fey Wild.
Right.
It definitely seems like the dragons are, or dragon, is somewhere living or involved with the mountain range.
Oh,
So over there multiple times.
I hope that doesn't attack the soldiers. We didn't make a deal with it.
will accompany them. So, if we end up having to face it, then
That's true.
we will.
Okay. Oh, did either of you make Oliver? Did you make any breakfast?
I don't know how to cook.
Right.
I mostly
Oh.
just like live off of like the land.
I
around
will
me just
try
grab
and
grass
find something. I will forage for something to eat.
Also, oh here, let me get that before you leave the camp, and I dispel the transmuted ground.
I got a 5. I did not find anything to eat.
All right, fine.
I found these twigs and this flour.
You know, you don't bake with that kind of flour.
Ah,
Talamh, roll a survival check with advantage.
Survival. A 23.
If he eats that flour, he's gonna die.
Don't be eating that flour. I do not eat it. It will kill you. You know what? Fine. Go ahead. Eat it for all I care.
I was gonna eat the flour. I just thought it looked pretty. Gosh.
It does look kind of good though. I don't... The yellow is appetizing, you know what I mean? It's just...
Like it's white. It's white petals. The yellow in the middle. It looks like an egg. It's like a
I think I
fried
know
egg.
what that is actually. You know, I've built up an immunity. I could probably like try it.
It's the dread pirate Oliver.
That's protection from poison on myself. And no, I'm just kidding.
Purify food and drink.
Does it count as food?
It does technically say it takes poison out of food.
And if you intend to eat it, it is food.
Yeah, so like, would that make poisonous mushrooms edible?
If
I feel like it would. Yeah.
to eat a candle, is that food? I'm going to eat an entire airplane like that one guy. Is that airplane now food? These are the philosophical questions we have to ask here. What isn't food then?
Wait, how did the airplane go through him? Oh my god.
It's crazy, isn't it? Not well, I would guess, but...
Yeah, no. Okay. Damn, this is gonna be fun to edit.
What?
Everything is food.
Everything is food.
Everything.
All right.
If you could try hard enough.
The day is yours. You've got probably another half a day to a day of travel. How do you proceed?
We fly again? It's very time efficient.
Yeah, we could do that.
We could fly low over the ground.
Oh yeah, we won't go super high. The only reason we were high before is because we were coming off the mountain.
I'm gonna, before we take off, take a look back at the mountain and see if I can see the dragon at all.
Roll a perception check.
15, unless I have advantage, of course.
You kind of know what to look for because you were able to clock it at night. Hard to tell exactly what you're looking at, but you think that on the mountain you see some movement on one of the peaks. There might be something perched on the peak, looking out at the sky.
I definitely think we should probably stay low. Not positive, but I think it's looking for us. If I had to guess.
Hey.
So what your
Roger.
characters don't know, but what I'll tell you guys, because it's fun, not beholden to the mountaintop at all. Pissed off dragon that doesn't like things flying too high. It's his sky, not yours.
That's why we never ran into it before. Because
Yeah.
we didn't fly.
Because you didn't fly.
Oh, it's not going to be a problem for the troops then, because they'll be marching on foot.
Yeah.
So we're flying low over the ground
Yep. Sorry.
to the Fey tree.
Yes. Alright, so this is Ridire, doing the flying again.
Yeah.
So Ridire gets to do the survival check again. Or the athletics, I'm sorry, the athletics check. No, survival. Survival. Athletics for running away.
Can I take the athletics? That's a 26 now. Okay, survival 17.
17, alright.
Can I use athletics?
You can certainly try. I don't know what you're doing with athletics. Trying to do
Looking really hard.
Making sure Rat Oliver doesn't squirm his way out.
Yeah.
That's true. My intelligence is -4.
There you go.
I'm not going to try. I'm not risking rolls unless you make me.
My strength is also
I've learned from like, 10 years ago.
I don't have any positive stats right now. That helps you. The best
dragon
stat I have
comes
is a
back
+0.
and is now 5 feet from you.
No.
Oh, God.
Feeble mind.
All right, well, whirlweave, guys.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me another survival check. You made it about halfway with no trouble.
5.
Roll me a d20.
Uh-oh.
Or wait, no, this is my roll.
So I don't need to roll?
Nope. As you're approaching the trees, there starts to be a little bit of a heavier wooded area. And what is your horse's AC?
12.
Right. Alright, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. Your horse takes 36 points of piercing damage.
Can I use my reaction to take the damage for him, or can I only take like one of the attacks?
I would say you could only take 1. But I'll
All
let you
right,
pick
so
the 1.
I'm assuming these are +5s.
Yeah.
D8 +5.
Yep.
I'll take the 6 then, so I'll take the 11,
Okay.
so that he only takes 25.
Okay. Looking down, roll me a perception check to see where the arrows came from.
Mark my hit points real quick.
Yep.
Okay, perception check.
Oh, gosh.
I'm too busy taking evasive action.
Yep. All right. What do you do? What is your reaction?
How far? So these are coming. I didn't see exactly where, but they are coming out of the trees. At least I know that much, right?
Well, you don't know. I mean, looking at the arrow wounds, they are on the underside of the horse, of the Pegasus. One is right in front of its front leg, kind of in the shoulder. One is in the chest. And then I'd say 2 are in the chest, 1 in the right shoulder, right front shoulder, and then the other grazed its neck and went past you. And so, yes, I mean, you can infer it's probably coming from the tree line. You're just not sure where in the tree line.
All right. Hoping that these are Fey creatures. I'm gonna cast Protection from Evil and Good onto Barnabas.
Okay.
So all Fey creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against him.
Okay.
Technically also so do aberrations, celestials, elementals, fiends, and undead, but that's less likely to be what's here. Should we just keep flying to try and find the Fey tree? Just try and get past the barrage?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's up to Ridire. He's the one piloting.
I can't talk.
I will. So yeah, we'll continue flying. and can... Oh, no, that's not... You can't have double disadvantage. I was going to say Barnabas could take the dodge action, but that won't do anything. Yeah, we'll just dash. We'll try and dash and get past their arrow line
Okay.
and hope that disadvantage makes them miss a few hits.
All right. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Or for Barnabas.
For you.
19.
Okay. All right, you're able to dash forward, and a few minutes go by, and no further volley of arrows comes.
We'll just keep flying above the tree line until we see the Fey tree, because I'm assuming it's going to be larger and will stand out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like all the Fey trees in the Fey Wild, it is a larger, more rounded top of a tree, less of a pine tree type, and more of I don't know my trees.
It's like a baobab tree.
Yes. And so yeah, you continue to travel. No more dryads are shooting arrows at you, and
Oh, it's dryads.
yeah, you pissed off the tree spirits.
By flying in the
Too
vicinity.
close to them. You're outsiders. They don't like people.
I am not an outsider.
Fair enough. They didn't know
Yeah,
that though. They
we'll
only
find
go by appearance.
We'll find... that's racist. We'll
Yep.
find a good spot to land near as close to the tree as we can, and then we'll go through the Fey tree, I guess, if there's nothing preventing us from doing so. What?
Oh, I thought we only just needed to get to this Fey tree and then we were gonna go. Never mind. Yeah. We are
Through
on the
it
mission
to get back to the material plane, go to Wimmick,
Yeah.
get the other general, hopefully peacefully, and then
Hopefully.
go back to the capital and potentially prepare the attack, I guess. Unless we
Alright.
decide to do something else.
So, yeah, you land, and there is nothing in your vicinity. Talamh, with her passive, can easily tell that everything is quiet in this little grove.
Lethal mushrooms.
You do sense that there is some movement inside of the trees, but it's quite a ways away from you, so nothing in the immediate vicinity.
Let's go through the Fey portal, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
You step through the Fey portal. You feel time slow to a crawl, as if, that you're moving at 1 second a day, and then it snaps back, or 1 minute a day, I guess, was what you had said.
Yeah.
And
So we were there for 4
snap back.
days. So we come back in 4 minutes from when we left.
Yep.
That works.
And
Really helpful.
you find yourselves back on the material plane. You are now near
Wimmick.
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 Hate it.
Wimmick is what brings us together today.
Yes. You're at Wimmick, and with that, I think we're gonna call it a night and pick it up in 2 weeks for
Woo.
the next chapter of Twilight Brigade. As always, thank you so much for watching. Check out all of our stuff. Check out the Teespring for shirts. Mugs, I am putting in a purchase this week for the Fey Wild Fey Lord and Ladies Tumblr, because I really want that for my drinking streams. And make sure to like, leave a comment, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. Most importantly, may you roll those nat 20s and avoid those critical fails. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.